We're speaking to you today from the 7th Annual HICSA Conference organized by HVS in India. Thank you very much, Denis Hennequin, for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Not at all. We are going to speak to you about CSR. And my first question is, when did corporate responsibility pop up as a board issue for Accor?
Well, I've been with Accor only for about 3 months, so I would say that for me it's a story that began way before my time. But I would believe that in the 90s it became as such a bigger responsibility for most of the corporation. That's where Accor joined the program, so to speak, because I don't think corporate social responsibility is a program. Neither it is a department, but it's a question of behavior. So it's more conscious of corporate social responsibility, consciousness of corporate social responsibility that matters.
How do you then, is it structured within Accor?
Having said this, it's easier to drive the awareness when you have somebody in charge and somebody is really driving the charge. So of course, I do have somebody who's in charge of sustainable growth and corporate social responsibility, which goes way beyond just environment, but also includes responsibility towards our employees, towards our customers, towards our guests, and responsibilities towards what we call the well-being of our people.
So I'd like to hear more about some of these initiatives. I'd love to hear what you're doing for your employees.
What we're doing for the employees, for instance, we have a training program with the academies that gives to the people who are working with us what I call skills for life. So they're not only trained for the purpose of our industry, but they are being trained to elevate their level of education, which is something that they will always have. That's sustainable training for me, differentiated from just training. Now, there's a third initiative that we're about to announce. So I'll give you the primarily the teaser for a new initiative, which is what we call Earth Guest Research, a platform where we interviewed 7,000 participants through 10 countries around the world to have a platform of information, an open platform, sharing what corporate social responsibility means and how the customers understand it today. If I had told you 5 years ago that you should not put your towel on the floor and get it for laundry, you would have said they're just trying to save money. Today, by doing that, you feel good because you think that you are actually helping with the environment. So there's a whole evolution of behaviors and mentality that we have to better understand in order to do the right things. And we have founded a special program for that we will share more widely in the month of May.
Okay. So will this program, as well as all your others, do they have a regional context?
Save a Tree for the Planet is a program that rolls out in more than 80 over 90 countries. And obviously that research has been made around the world, not only in Europe, but among the 10 countries that the research went on, there are countries on all the continents.
You brought up costs a little earlier. Do you find yourself caught between investors demanding profits as well as, and then your social responsibility towards the communities that you work in? Is it a trade-off at all?
Corporate social responsibility is not a cost, it's an investment. And I think it has to be looked at like that. So it's easy to say. It's harder to live, so you have to walk the talk. And the fact is that because of corporate social responsibilities, a lot of initiatives lead to better behaviors in the hotel, so more satisfied customers lead to better trained people and more loyalty, again, on the customers. It leads to initiatives to save energy, which is today a big issue with the hotel industry, and the list goes on. So as a matter of fact, it's a proven fact that corporate social responsibilities is an investment and has a return on the investment. Now, you should not look there for short-term returns, but the mid- and long-term returns, but we're in the business for the mid- and long-term, so the two match together fairly well.
Yes. How important a role is it then in your marketing strategy?
I'm always a little embarrassed when I hear marketing strategy. It's not a marketing strategy, as I said. It has to be part of the DNA of the corporation. It has to be part of what we do. If you just think of, I don't know who said that once, we don't inherit the planet from our parents. We borrow it from our kids. If you just think about that, then you will be more cautious in everything you do and all the actions that you take every day. And I think corporate social responsibility starts with this. So it's not a marketing gimmick or it's not a marketing tool. It has to be felt, sensed, and behaved.
Again, just to bring in brand one more time, I know how you feel about this.
Yes.
We talked about brand differentiation a little earlier.
Yes. One of my favorite topics.
One of your favorite topics. Do you think using CSR as such a key part of what Accor is, does that bring about a brand differentiation for you?
CSR is part of the thing that will build that emotional bond with the guests and with the customers that goes just beyond the experience. The experience is very important, but then beyond the experience, you always have something more. You can create that relationship with your customers and going to a brand that they feel good about, buying products from a brand that they feel good about and not just from the practical point of view or from the price is definitely something that will solidify the relationship with the customers. And as a matter of fact, in the long term, will again bring loyalty, and we know that the most loyal customers are the ones that are the most profitable as well for the company. So it all works out. It all works out.
So as a final question, I agree that CSR should not be part of a PR or advertising campaign, but is it part of your hiring campaign? Do you think that
CSR is not part of a hiring campaign, but it is a value that again should attract the best on the market and the people who have the best values. And having a best value in hospitality is something that is very appreciative, and therefore I think that it has to be said, it has to be shown, and that's why we have one event a year, which is on 22nd of April, that we call Earth Guest Day, when we invite all our employees from all around the world to celebrate the Earth Guest Day and to communicate the values and the things that they're doing. And sometimes it doesn't have to be a big thing. It's the little things that all add up and makes it corporate social responsibility.
Thank you very much for your time. We wish you lots of luck.
Thank you.